When a yogi speaks about death, it's never with fear, it's with clarity, almost like someone talking about changing clothes. And yet, among all the choices humanity has made around death, yogis have been unwavering about one thing: cremation, not burial, not preservation, fire. And there's a reason for that, a reason far deeper than ritual or religion. Stay with me till the end, because once you understand the yogic science behind cremation, you'll never look at death the same way again. In yogic understanding, when the physical body stops, the subtler layer of who you are don't immediately dissolve. Your pranic body, the energetic blueprint of your existence, stays partially intact for a certain period. This is why, in many cultures, people say the deceased is around for a while, not as a ghost, not as a spirit, but as an energetic impression still lingering between worlds. This lingering is natural, but it can also become a trap. If the body remains preserved, the pranic sheath keeps clinging to it, unable to fully detach. This creates confusion, restlessness, and in some cases, a painful delay in the soul's transition. Yogis understood this and chose a different path. In Mystic Musings, Sadhguru says something striking. If you want the being to move on gracefully, the body must return to the elements quickly. He explains that fire is the fastest route for this dismantling process. Fire doesn't just burn flesh, it cuts the final thread between the physical and the subtle. Once that connection is severed, the being moves freely, not trapped, not confused, just liberated. Burial from a yogic perspective slows down the dissolution of the body. It holds the memory of the person longer than necessary. This lingering memory can cause several consequences. The pranic body hovers. The emotional residue stays active. The place begins to retain an imprint of the dead. This is why burial grounds across cultures are treated with caution. People instinctively sense that they are not just walking through soil, they are walking through layers of stored energy. Yogis avoided this entirely. Among the five elements, fire is the only one that releases energy upward. Earth absorbs, water dissolves, air scatters, ether expands, but fire liberates. When a body is offered to fire, the physical form returns to its elements in hours, not years. The pranic residue detaches in moments. The emotional memory dissolves quickly because it has nothing left to cling to. To a yogi, this speed isn't brutality, it is kindness. For a yogi, the journey after death is as important as the journey during life. They don't see death as an end, but as a continuation. Burial keeps the link alive. Cremation sets it free. Yogis choose fire because they want no delay, no confusion, no energetic entanglement with the world they are leaving behind. They want a clean exit, a silent transition, without leaving footprints in the subtle realms. In yogic tradition, the death process is not considered complete for 3 days. During this time, the subtle body is still nearby, adjusting to its new disconnection. This is why cremation is ideally done within 24 hours, not as superstition, but as precision. The sooner the physical anchor is gone, the smoother the transition becomes. After the third day, the being moves into new dimensions of its journey. Cremation ensures it goes without hesitation. This is only when the yogi is still using the body even after death, not physically but energetically. Some use the residual energy to bless their students. Some remain for a while to complete unfinished karmic work. Some stay simply because they can, because they have mastery over their prana. But for ordinary people, early cremation is the most compassionate path. You may wonder, if burial is problematic, why are enlightened beings sometimes buried in Samadhi? The answer lies in their complete mastery over their life energies. They do not leave behind restless prana or emotional residue. They consciously release everything before leaving the body. Their burial is not the burial of decay. It is the burial of a still active energy field meant to support seekers. This is why Samadhi sites continue to radiate power for centuries. The average person does not die in this state, which is why burial is avoided. What modern science is slowly noticing, neuroscientists have found that certain brain patterns persist for minutes after death. Doctors have observed residual electrical activity in organs. Quantum biologists speak of energy signatures that linger even after biological functions stop. Yogis knew all this, not through instruments but through experience. What science is measuring now, they perceived thousands of years ago. To them, cremation was not ritual, it was efficiency. Think about it for a moment. Fire was never seen as destructive in the yogic tradition. It was seen as purifying, a doorway, a release mechanism. To the living, cremation looks like an end. To the one who has departed, it is a liberation. When yogis choose fire, they are simply choosing freedom. If this video gave you a deeper perspective on death and the yogic way, share it with someone who may be ready to hear this truth. Like the video if it expanded your understanding, and subscribe for more explorations into mystic musings, ancient occult sciences, and the hidden mechanics of existence. Until next time, stay conscious, stay curious, and may your journey be filled with clarity.